I'm joined by Eddie Yoon, the recently published author of Superconsumers, a simple, speedy and sustainable path to superior growth. Thank you for joining us, Eddie.
Thank you, Klaus, for having me.
So tell me, Eddie, what is a superconsumer?
Well, a superconsumer is someone who spends a lot in a category but also cares quite deeply about it. What I've generally found is that they're a small set of people within a category that generate a lion's share of the sales in the category, an even greater share of profit, and have most of the insights into how to make the category bigger and better.
So how does a superconsumer differ from a heavy user?
Great question. A heavy user is someone who just spends a lot. So you might have a lot of teenage children and therefore you are a heavy user of bread. But you might not care about bread, and if I asked you what I should do about making my bread sales go up, I would tell you to make it cheaper. A super consumer who is not only spending a lot but deeply engaged in the category will tell you all the little details of how you would make the bread better for themselves so that you could charge more for them, but how you might encourage other people to eat more bread than they would normally eat now today as well.
So is it contained within certain industries, these super consumers, or do they exist all around?
Well, I've not yet found a category where there aren't super consumers, and so we've looked across many different countries, many different categories, and even in categories that may seem a little boring, like white socks or even private label products, we have found super consumers there. So I believe that they exist in all categories.
So if one was to tap into the commercial aspects of a super consumer, how would one go about it?
Well, the first thing that I would do is just look around and see the super consumers around you. In your data, for example, most data is quite lumpy, and if you look for the lumpiness in terms of certain regions that you have a lot of sales, or certain customers that do a lot more, or even certain products that do a lot more, these are telltale signs that there are super consumers behind them, and if you were to reach out and talk to them and learn from them, then there's a lot of opportunity there. The other way that I would do it is look within your company. Sometimes it's not so obvious, and beyond marketing and sales, there might be someone in finance or someone in HR who is a super consumer of what you're selling. They are great people to tap into to figure out how to grow next.
Great advice. Thank you, Eddie. To learn more, read Superconsumers, recently published on Harvard Business Review Press. Thank you.